and sudden effect on many areas of every individual's life, like their work and also their leisure time. These sudden changes have also affected the educational processes, wherein it affects the old strategies or the old system of education of every learners. And this COVID-19 pandemic caused a stress and over adjusting to the both teachers and learners at the same time, because this is the first time that we have a distance learning or distance teaching, wherein using these new normal strategies, which is the synchronous and asynchronous system. So I have a few questions to you guys. How do you cope up in this new normal in this time of pandemic? What struggles do you encounter in this time of pandemic in terms of education and also in terms of livelihood of the individual? What ways or strategies do you consider to make a good adjustment in this new normal in terms of education? Past years until now, we've been experiencing this kind of pandemic, which is the COVID-19 pandemic, who killed millions of people around the world in just a second of the day. This COVID-19 pandemic is a big threat to us individuals, especially to those who are poorer, and also to those students who are in the stage of adjusting this new normal system of education, like the synchronous and asynchronous system, which is the online or the modular kind of system of education. Many students they are struggling on the online classes, wherein they do not have enough internet connection for them to communicate to the class presentation, like the Google Meet or the classroom. Is not usually they get or the way they collect information or knowledge to those teachers, were in the normal system of education, like the face-to-face, they are having a recitation or quizzes. It's time of new normal education strategies. The student required to pass through online their quizzes and also their participation to the class, like having a answering their modules but pass it on the online through their teacher. Guys, that you've been experiencing to those I've said earlier in terms of educational this new normal education system, like having a travel and the internet connection, on how would you pass it through your teacher in terms of online. As we take a look on these new normal strategies of education, we can see that this COVID-19 pandemic has a good effect also to the first century learners, because it can build nor enhance their critical thinking and the way they solve every single problem. And also they can have the word independent, where in this new normal education strategies, they are required to do their tasks by their own without the full assistance of the teachers all the time.